welcome to this week's What's for Dinner episode where I share the recipes I made this week and hopefully you get some ideas for your family. I made our Thanksgiving stuffing, I made a chicken Marsala recipe, and I made a yummy cabbage in the slow cooker, and I also made a watergate salad, which is not a salad, it's a dessert. So the stuffing recipe I have as a separate video here on my channel just because it is more detailed. So I will leave that linked below so you can check it out. So let's get started with this week's recipes. This recipe is a chicken Marsala recipe with some Bowtie pasta. So here are the ingredients. I will have everything listed down below. You're going to want to melt up about a half stick of butter to saute a bunch of mushrooms in. It's 2 packages of mushrooms. Then I do add some olive oil to this and a little bit of garlic paste. You could use fresh garlic cloves. Chopped up would be great as well. I just use the paste for easiness. And get that all mixed up, heated up. Then I'm just going to add the mushrooms. I did use baby Bella and shiitake mushrooms. You could use any mushrooms you want, cremini, I couldn't find cremini, or just regular white button mushrooms. And these are going to saute for quite a while, probably 15 minutes at least. And then I'm adding, of course, a pinch of salt and a dash of pepper. Now I have my chicken pieces. I've already cut them up a little bit to make them in smaller pieces. I butterflied one and cut them in half, that sort of thing. And now I'm just putting them in some flour with some salt and pepper. And then we'll put these on the skillet to cook. In the skillet I have olive oil, butter, more garlic paste, and salt and pepper. Put your chicken in. Takes about 3 to 4 minutes, I would say, per side to get them browned the color you want them. And they're not going to be cooked all the way through, especially if they're a little fatter. That middle one was fatter, but they're going to cook in some, simmer in some stock, chicken stock or broth in the Marsala wine. So they got a ways to go. But you just want them to get that nice brown color. And then the Bowtie pasta, just make according to the package. I did finish it, transfer it before it was final al dente. Al dente. Why is that word hard today? And then I just added some chicken stock, some salt and pepper, and now the Marsala cooking wine. And you're just going to simmer all that for, I would say, at least 15 minutes. I am not an exact cook, so I don't use measurements most of the time unless I'm baking. But it turned out really, really good. And it's probably going to be even better the next day. So that is simmering. The mushrooms are done. I got the water boiling with the pasta in it. I am adding a little bit of a cornstarch and water mix to it to thicken up that sauce a little bit. And now I'm going to add the mushrooms in there, get those mixed in well so that they can absorb some of that Marsala. I'm going to add some Italian seasoning and then the pasta. So the Italian seasoning I like is it's in a grinder bottle. So with the pasta, I'm just transferring it directly from the pasta water. And then I'm putting the chicken on top to get the pasta down below so that it can absorb some of the sauce as well. Let that simmer for a little bit, just like 5 minutes. Add some more Italian seasoning, and here you go. It is delicious. You can add some Parmesan cheese on top, which makes it even better, but you don't have to. So yes, chicken Marsala. This is a cabbage recipe, and I got the inspiration from a couple different people on YouTube here. Their channels are Magical Slow Cooker and Smokin' and Grillin' with AB, their YouTube channels. So I had a pound of bacon that I had chopped up into about 1-inch pieces, and I'm just frying that up. Now I'm going to dice up an onion, half an onion we'll use for this recipe. I do think the onion and pepper could be added maybe just a half hour before the cabbage is done in the slow cooker, because I do think the green pepper got overdone. That's the only thing I would change in this recipe. Other than that, it was delicious. And the cabbage got done just right. So I'm dicing up 1 green pepper. So I'm going to take out the bacon, leaving in the bacon grease in the pan, because we'll use that to saute up the onion and green pepper. We're going to put in some garlic into this and saute that up along with the onion and green pepper. I let that all cook together for about 10 minutes. I'm going to get a little bit of brownness to the onion. I did add salt and pepper as well. To everything I add salt and pepper, not dessert. I'm going to chop up 2 heads of cabbage. I would say that this would feed about, or would have about 6 to 8 servings in it, probably more like 8 servings. Then to the slow cooker, I added 1 cup of water, put the cabbage in, mix it up a little bit. I don't know, I end up using 2 cups of water. I'm not sure you need that much because cabbage has a lot of water, but it turned out perfect, so I think I would repeat it just the way I did it here, except for not adding the peppers right away. Putting in half the bacon, I'm kind of doing a layer where I'm doing half of everything, and then I'll put in the other half just to kind of get it mixed up well. I do add more salt and pepper into this mix as well. And then I'll put another cup of water on that. I end up cooking this for 2 hours on high, so you could do like 3 hours on low, 3 to 4 hours. It's kind of tricky to get cabbage done just right, not too crunchy and not too soft. So, but it turned out perfect. So, but every slow cooker is different. So, this is the slow cooker cabbage recipe. This recipe is called Watergate salad. I think it comes from the 70s or 80s, and it is one of Nana's recipes. It was in her recipe binder. It's not her personal recipe, but it was in her collection of recipes. So I'm starting off with a whole can of crushed pineapple, a whole big tub of Cool Whip, and I'm realizing there you should probably set it out a little bit before you're going to make this to let it get less frozen and hard. And I had to get a different spoon to get it out, and it was a little hard to mix up. So I'm mixing that all together, and then I will throw in some pistachio pudding mix, 2 of them. This is a double recipe, and I would say it'd be enough for about 6 to 8 people. So I was joking, I'm like, why is this called a salad? It is really a dessert. And my husband said it's because it's green. So getting that all mixed up well. And then I'm going to throw in some chopped pecans. You could do walnuts as well. My grandma's recipe says nut meats, and I had no idea what that meant and had to text my mother. And I'm going to add a cup of mini marshmallows to this. And you can dish it up in a cute little dish and put a cherry on top, maybe a couple extra marshmallows on top. It is delicious. I don't think I've ever had it before, but it was really good. This is the Watergate salad. So with that Watergate salad and the cabbage, we just had some brats. I didn't do a bun. Those are this week's recipes. Thanks for watching.